Hey, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me for this live presentation to Tap for Peace. Happy to see that you're here, Anton, part of the instigator of this, with several comments on YouTube asking me to do this, but this is what I do. I have a wristband that says Cultivate Peace, if you can read that. That's my job. The other thing I use as my job description is the first line of the Saint Francis prayer. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. So every morning I say, thank you for making me an instrument of your peace. Thank you for making me a channel of your love. And that's what I am hopefully here to do today, with all of you beautiful people joining me, whether you're joining me live right now or you're joining in and tapping with us on the replay. So thank you. This should also be streaming on Facebook. Just so you, for those of you who might be on Facebook, I only have the YouTube page up, so I won't see any comments during the live presentation on Facebook. Sorry, I can only have see so much. And the fact is, when I'm doing live presentations, I don't even see most of the comments, because most of the time we're going to be tapping, preferably tapping instead of typing. And so most of the time I don't even have time to look at the comments, although I will check in now and again as I can, but I'll likely miss a lot of comments. So I'm sorry if you make a comment and I miss it, or if you have a question and I miss it. I can only do what I can do, and I choose to make peace with that. So just to be clear, this is for peace. This is for clearing out what's inside of us that isn't peace. This is not politics. This is not who's right or who's wrong. This is all about what causes us to do harm and what can we do to cultivate peace. I had this idea for a cartoon and I just didn't have time to draw it, but I wanted to have this image of somebody stand up in front of a crowd going, say, what do we want? And the crowd says, world peace. When do we want it? As soon as everyone who disagrees with us is crushed. And that's what you see on the internet. People are posting things and everybody's jumping on, and the attacks are happening everywhere. And, an eye for an eye leaves everyone blind. And so we want to look at not who's doing the harm, but what's going on inside. And how do we expect peace to be out there if we don't have it in here? If we can cultivate peace inside of ourselves, we're going to have world peace. And so that is why we're here. Exactly, Julia. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Amen. I intend to do it. I just didn't do it before. And there's always the fear of, how will people read that? I have some trepidation about doing this, only because there's this fear that people will come on and say, yes, but what's your stance? We want to hear this. It's like, my stances aren't important. My stance is peace. Feel peace inside as much as possible. And that's how we're going to create world peace. And I'm so grateful to all of you who are willing to show up and be part of that, because that's where it happens. Let me see, I wanted to share a couple of ideas at the beginning of this. Oh, wait, quick. First of all, if you can see me in the little picture up there, go ahead and be tapping. Go ahead and start tapping right now as we're watching. You can be tapping through different points or just tapping any one point, but let's start clearing what isn't peace right now. But I love this quote. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. You know, we're going to, we need to change our minds. We need to shift our mindset. What else we got here? Dr. King, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Oops. Go back. I'll get to that one in a moment. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So when you're thinking of taking any action, when you're thinking of posting something on the internet, ask yourself, with each action you take, in which direction are you moving the needle? Towards love and peace or towards fear and conflict? And that's not to judge anyone who's posting these things. I know people have the best of intentions as they're posting different things and saying, here's where it started and here's whose fault it is, and this and that, and you're wrong, you don't know. It's all coming from a place of fear. We're angry, we're scared, and we're not going to solve anything that way. So be the change you wish to see in the world. Perfect advice. Now here's the actual quote. We but mirror the, oops. How do I stop this thing from? We but mirror the world. All the 10. All right. Anyhow, the actual quote from Gandhi, this idea of be the change you wish to see in the world is a condensation of his full statement, which is, as a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world changes towards him, and all that good stuff. And then finally, this great poem from John Donne. No man is an island. Oh my goodness. Obviously, there's a setting someplace where it moves forward. So be tapping. No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent. And I apologize to the women. I just want to read it as written. Every man is a piece of the continent of the main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as if a promontory were, as well as any manner of thy friends or of thine own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind, and therefore never send to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. So we are here to cultivate peace. So thank you, Cynthia. I always try to be sensitive about those things. Anyhow, given a little more time for stragglers to come on in, and people will be joining us live on Facebook and YouTube as they do, and some people will just be listening to this later. But we will formally begin now, as I always do, by closing our eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. Now just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Breathing comfortably, go ahead and feel your feet on the floor or whatever part of you is connected to something. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Allow yourself to feel centered and grounded. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, as present as possible, so as to receive maximum benefit from our time together. Just following your breath through your body, just allow yourself to be aware of what's going on inside. Notice what you're feeling physically and what you're feeling emotionally. Not judging it, just allowing yourself to be aware. We really want to move from judgment to curiosity. Just paying attention to what you're feeling inside and just noticing what's there. Notice where you feel things that don't feel like peace. What are those things that take away from your peace of mind, your sense of peace, your sense of love? Notice the fear, anger, frustration, and all kinds of different feelings could come up. As you think about harmful things you've done or said, you may be feeling guilt and shame, which also take away from your peace. To really cultivate peace in the world, we got to start by cultivating peace inside. So just giving yourself permission to be aware of what doesn't feel like peace inside. Notice where in your body you feel that stuff. Notice on a scale of 0 to 10 how strong it might be. Take a deep breath, open your eyes, and let's start cultivating some peace, shall we? Even though I feel stuff that doesn't feel like peace, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I feel stuff that doesn't feel like peace, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I feel stuff that doesn't feel like peace, because I have all this programming that tells me I should feel this other stuff. I need to feel this other stuff. And I choose to be compassionate with myself. And even though I feel stuff that doesn't feel like peace, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe everyone else on this planet, because that's how we cultivate peace. All this stuff that doesn't feel like peace. All this stuff that doesn't feel like peace. All this stuff that limits my sense of peace. I have all kinds of uncomfortable feelings. And the more I hear the news, or the more I scroll social media, sometimes the less peace I feel. There's all kinds of stuff out there that is definitely not cultivating peace. But I've got to pay attention. And sometimes I need to add my 2 cents worth. I need to let people know they're wrong. Not because I'm bad or stupid, but because I feel fear. I feel all this stuff that isn't peace. And the less peace I feel, the more reactive I become. And the more I add to the conflict. even though I might have the best of intentions, I really do mean well. But I have a lot of unfortunate programming about how to do that. All these things I need to do. I need people to know my point. I need people to see it my way. I need people to understand the truth. Even if that means waiting for peace. And I love and appreciate those parts of me that are doing the best they can based on my old programming. And I'm allowing myself to see that it's not working. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. Doing things the way we've been doing them is not creating world peace. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. So I'm addressing what doesn't feel like peace inside of me. All these reasons why I can't feel peace right now. All of these reasons why I can't feel peace right now. And part of me might say, I have really good reasons why I can't feel peace. Especially if I'm hearing rockets right now. And I choose to do whatever I need to do to keep myself safe. I'm also allowing myself to know I can't get angry enough to solve problems. The more peace I feel, the better the outcome I can create. I choose to clear what doesn't feel like peace, so that peace is all I have to send. I choose to cultivate peace inside of me, and then send peace outwards. I love and appreciate those parts of me that insist on feeling other things. Part of me insists on feeling sadness. Part of me insists on feeling anger and resentment. Part of me insists on feeling fear. I'm not wrong for feeling these things. I don't need to be ashamed of having these feelings. And I want to move the needle towards peace. as much as I can. Sometimes it's easier than at other times. Sometimes the danger feels very real. And it's understandably hard to cultivate peace. And I'm doing what I can right now as a gift to myself, which becomes a gift for the world. But it's okay to put the oxygen mask on my own face first. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm practicing self-care in this moment as an act of love for myself, which I'm worthy and deserving of. And that becomes a gift for others. Because the more peace I allow myself to feel, the more peace I can send others. And when I'm feeling things that are different than peace, I'm compelled to send that to others. And I'm healing what's going on inside. I'm healing the pain. Healing the pain that gets in the way of peace. I choose to heal that at a cellular level. And all the way back through my past. Back through all the times that I've felt hurt. And all the way back through the history. Healing all the past pain. I could even allow myself to see myself as a surrogate for the world. Allowing healing to take place in me so that healing takes place in the world. And as we allow ourselves to heal and release what doesn't feel like peace, there's no more need for violence. There's no more need for harm. And at times that feels like too much of a stretch. But I'm allowing myself to do my part. I'm doing so right now. Everything is energy. We are all connected. So whatever little bit I'm able to do right now to allow myself at least a little more peace contributes to greater world peace. And I choose to love myself for doing that. In body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes, go inside, and allow yourself to be aware of what feels like peace or what doesn't feel like peace. Hopefully, you're feeling more peace and less of that other stuff. Again, just, get curious about what's inside. No judgment. sending healing energy and peace to those folks who are in those places where there is real danger. Whether it's in Israel or Ukraine or sometimes in our own neighborhoods, there are all kinds of places. And, actually, go ahead and keep tapping here. Even if we're not doing a formal tapping round, continue clearing out anything, because please tap on a daily basis. It's energetic hygiene, just like dental hygiene. So, when I'm doing workshops, when I'm doing live presentations, it's like going to see your dental hygienist. Can do a little deeper cleaning. But then you don't just say, well, I went to the dental hygienist, I went to the dentist, I don't need to brush my teeth on a daily basis. Please also brush your teeth on a daily basis. Please be tapping, when it's convenient, maybe a few times a day, especially because most of us are carrying around this device that says, here's something else to be upset about. Here's something else to rob you of peace. And when we're constantly indulging in things that rob us of peace, we can't cultivate world peace. So, I know that it's very difficult to not allow ourselves to get into that and to be listening to different things that tell us, here's why you can't feel peace. Here's why you shouldn't feel peace. And we cannot feel enough anger or hatred or self-righteousness or any of that stuff that is understandably appealing to a part of us. We can't feel enough of that to create world peace. So thank you for allowing yourself to cultivate peace inside as much as possible. How do the tapping points work? This is, we're using the body's natural system. So for thousands of years in Chinese medicine, in acupuncture, they've used these points to clear out the distress that's in the energy system. We have modern research showing that there is this premovascular system that matches up with that. So these points, there's actually a scientific basis in the human body that tapping on these points sends this calming signal to the brain. So the brain gets activated, the amygdala sees things and says, ooh, here's something to be afraid of. And we go into this fight or flight. And when we go into fight or flight, prefrontal cortex, our rational reasoning mind, goes offline. And that's what's happening. When that goes offline, we do harmful things, we say harmful things. And so as we allow ourselves as we tap, we send this calming signal to the brain and we calm ourselves down. Our prefrontal cortex comes back online and we can say, what do I really want to do here? How do I move the needle from fear and conflict to peace and love? That's what we're up to. So, in terms of any changes we want to make in life, part of us responds to change as threatening. Even in terms of looking at what we believe and what we say, this is the truth. And anytime someone says, well, here's another possibility, we go into fight or flight and we shut down and we say, you're wrong, and we attack. We may only be attacking with words on social media, but it's still an attack. And we cannot get to world peace by attacking each other. And it's not to blame or shame anyone who's attacking. It's understanding, oh yeah, this is why I do that. TAT, that's a taps acupressure technique. That's another energy technique that you hold these points like this. Taps Fleming, beautiful human being, teaches this other program. It's just another way of using acupuncture points to heal. Thank you, Taddy. So close your eyes, take a deep breath. Go inside and just see what's going on inside. Rate your level of peace and love. 10 being you are, an enlightened being with unconditional love, just sending peace, just feeling unconditional love and sending peace to all of humanity. Don't judge yourself harshly if you're not at a 10. I'm not going to claim that I'm at a 10. There are definitely those times where I want to teach people a lesson and shame them into submission. And then I start tapping. Fortunately, I do this every day. So I try to tap myself out of that pretty quickly. I start every morning with a ritual of sending love, first to my wife and kids, and then to my extended family, and then to the whole world. And I try to send that to people that I disagree with, people that I know about who are doing harm. And I try to send them love, because love and peace is what's, it's healing, trying to heal whatever is going on inside of them that might be causing that. Looking at those people that you disagree with, that you might feel hatred towards, or just any kind of animosity towards. What's the quote from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow? He said, "If we could read the secret history of our enemies, we should find in each man's life sorrow and suffering enough to disarm all hostility." When we look at any atrocity that's going on, just thinking, man, it must suck to be that person. What is going on inside of them that would allow them to think that that was acceptable? And how do I send healing energy to that person? So allowing yourself to really feel that. Thank you, Anton. Thinking, but really just being peace, being love. So still have your eyes closed, and I know I kind of went off on tangents there. There's so many things that I want to say on the subject, but what I really want to do is tap. So, because that's Henry Wadsworth Longfellow who said that. Anyhow, open your eyes. Let's tap. I choose to be peace. And I choose to love and accept myself. I choose to be peace. And I choose to love and honor myself. I choose to be peace. I choose to feel peace in every fiber of my being. So that I bring peace wherever I go. So that I send peace right now. I choose to be peace. And I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And I'm trying to do the same for everybody else. Excuse me while I cover up the comments. For those of you typing, not tapping, no shame, but please take advantage of this moment to be clearing things. I choose to be peace. I choose to be peace. So I choose to clear what isn't peace. Just continuing to let go of what isn't peace. Letting go of what isn't love. I can be both peace and love. That's who I choose to be. So wherever I go, I'm radiating peace and love. And right here where I am, I'm radiating peace and love. Sending it everywhere. Wherever there might be conflict. Wherever there's pain. Wherever there's suffering. I'm sending peace and love. And I choose to do that a whole lot more. So I continue to clear what isn't peace. I continue to clear what isn't love. Part of me might say that I can't do that. I need to be really upset about certain things. And I'm not wrong for being upset. My upset may be completely justified. I have a right to be upset. I also have a right to feel peace. And that's what I want to cultivate. I'm allowing myself to be peace so that I can send peace. Allowing myself to be love so that I can send love. And I love myself even when that's difficult. But I keep doing what I can. Actually, let's stay on each point a little bit longer. We'll do the be set free fast version here. So tapping the eyebrow points and just stay on each point until we move on. I'm now releasing all of the sadness and trauma in all of the roots and the deepest cause of anything that doesn't feel like peace. Side of the eye. I'm now releasing all of the anger and resentment in all of the roots and the deepest cause of anything that doesn't feel like peace. Under the eye, I'm now releasing all the fears and doubts in all of the roots and the deepest cause of all these limitations to feeling peace. Under the nose, I'm now releasing all of the embarrassment and humiliation in all of the roots and the deepest cause of anything that limits my peace. Under the mouth, I'm now releasing all of the guilt and shame in all of the roots and the deepest cause of anything that limits my peace. Collarbone. I'm now releasing any remaining fears. in all of the roots and the deepest cause of anything that limits peace. Under the arm, I'm now releasing any low self-esteem. In all of the roots and the deepest cause of anything that limits peace. And I love and appreciate those parts of me that holds on to stuff that doesn't feel like peace. Believing that I need to, believing that I should. If I allow myself to feel peace right now, people might think I'm stupid. They might think I don't care. All this need to feel anger or hatred to prove that I care. I'm going to show how much I care by limiting peace. It's not that I'm bad or stupid. This is what I was taught. And unfortunately, I may have taught it to others. But it's never going to get us to peace. It's the age-old question. Would I rather be right or happy? And part of me says, I can't possibly be happy until people know that I'm right. And I love and appreciate that part of me that really believes it's protecting me. I could cultivate more peace if not for my ego. My ego would rather be protected than cultivate peace. And not because I'm bad or stupid. I don't need to blame or shame myself if I have thoughts like that. It just means I'm human. But human beings evolve. And I'm allowing myself to evolve. Clearing this fear of being judged if I feel more peace. When I feel more peace. As I feel more peace. Other people will want me to share their uncomfortable feelings. I choose to love them too much to do that. I'm going to feel peace instead. It's for your own good. And it's for the good of the world. Allowing myself to heal. Healing all the pain that limits my peace. All the pain from my lifetime. All the pain from the past. Because so much of our animosity is based on things that happen to people who aren't even around anymore. And part of me says, I need to limit peace to honor their memory. And I love and appreciate those parts of me that do that. Believing that that's right. And I'm asking myself if it's helpful. Can I cultivate peace by avenging people? Sometimes it's a choice between peace and vengeance. And I love and appreciate that part of me that finds that difficult. I really need vengeance, either for my own personal reasons or to gain acceptance from others. Sometimes we find community through who we mutually hate. Part of me might say, I can't afford to be peace. It's not safe for me to cultivate peace. If I choose to cultivate peace, I'll be an outcast. I love and appreciate those parts of me that find it hard to be peace because of my need to protect myself. And I'm doing as much clearing as I can. I'm doing as much healing as I can. Healing in every fiber of my being. Releasing what doesn't feel like peace. Releasing what doesn't feel like love. I might think of certain people who really piss me off. Allowing myself to be aware of those feelings that come up. And tapping through them. Clearing what doesn't feel like peace. Clearing what doesn't feel like love. And I can still take care of myself. I'm allowing myself to do what I need to do to keep myself safe. I choose to do it with as much love and peace as possible. I choose to feel so much love and peace that I can send it to anyone. I may need to send it from a distance because I'm taking care of myself. But I'm allowing myself to evolve to the point where I can love unconditionally. And then I can show others how to do that. And I love and forgive myself if I'm not there yet. I've been doing the best I could. I'm doing the best I can. And if I can only allow myself to just be 0.5% more peaceful, I'm still cultivating world peace. And I love and appreciate myself for that. And thoughts have energy. They are tangible. That energy is actually measurable. So the thoughts that I'm sending to other people have an effect. Do I use that power for good or for evil? The choice is obvious as I clear what doesn't feel like peace. I choose to send love. I choose to send peace. And if there's someone that I have considered to be my enemy, I can allow myself to know their harmful acts come from pain. Their harmful acts come from fear. The remedy is love. I'm sending them love and peace to heal them. And it has an effect. And the more of us doing this, the larger the effect. As I clear what doesn't feel like peace, as I clear what doesn't feel like love, I'm clearing that stuff from the collective. And those other people are going to be nicer. And they might not even know why. And I can sit back with some self-satisfaction as I see peace spreading and say, yeah, I helped make that happen. Allowing myself to be peace. Allowing myself to be love. Because even before it has an effect on the outside world, it feels pretty darn good inside. And there are parts of me that say, sometimes hate feels good. Like when I write something really scathing on a social media post. And I know I'm just shaming someone into submission. Pointing out to them how stupid they are. Man, that's a rush. And I'm processing that. That's not real joy. That's just a drug. It's a fabricated high. And it has serious consequences. I love and appreciate those parts of me that may have gotten addicted to that drug. and I'm healing. I could become a recovering hater. Although I'm not a hater at all. I've just been confused. I'm a lover, not a hater. I might have just fallen in with a bad crowd. And they're not even a bad crowd. They're a crowd of confused lovers. I'm allowing myself to recover. And I can help others recover. I'm rediscovering my real self. I am love and peace. In body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes, go inside. And just see what's going on in there. And hopefully you're feeling more peace. Hopefully you're feeling more love. Chihuahua. David Hawkins said 95% of humanity vibrates below 200, below courage. We can shift that. We are shifting that. We are shifting that right now. Thank you, Anton. Yeah, like this video so more people see it and more people tap for peace. Please and thank you. You know, after this is up, I hope you'll share this with folks. This is not my creation. This is our creation. We are co-creating this. And the more we share this, the more we cultivate peace. There's some comments here. We are at the top of the hour. I always like to end these sessions with some guided imagery. So if you have a few more minutes to hang out with me and do that, to do that as another way of cultivating peace inside and then outside, that'd be great. If you have someplace else you have to go, Godspeed. Thank you for spending some time with me. Thank you for cultivating peace and love, and take that out wherever you're going, and maybe come back and listen to the guided imagery when you have more time. So yeah. All right. So if you have a few more minutes to hang out with me, please go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Another deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. A third deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Now just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed, breathing comfortably, and just imagine that with each breath you take in, you breathe in relaxation and positive energy. Go ahead and imagine the healing light of whatever color you like surrounding your body, so that with each breath you take in, your lungs comfortably draw in that healing light, allowing it to flow through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. Imagine a healing shower flowing down, crystal clear water that's a perfect temperature as it flows over the top of your head, soothing and relaxing your scalp, washing away fear, doubt, anxiety, washing away anger, sadness, guilt, shame, washing away pain, frustration, disappointment, embarrassment, washing these away to reveal the light that you truly are. This unique expression of divine light and love, allowing more and more of that light to be revealed as that healing shower flows over your forehead, relaxing the muscles in your face, flowing down over the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, washing away tension, leaving your shoulders calm, comfortable, and relaxed. That healing shower flowing down your arms, all the way down over your fingertips, down over your chest and your stomach, soothing and relaxing, healing and cleansing, and allowing yourself to remain comfortably in whatever position you choose. Allow that healing shower to flow down over your upper and lower back. And as your torso relaxes, your internal organs comfortably do whatever they need to do to achieve and maintain your optimal level of health and well-being in body, mind, and spirit. As that healing shower continues down over your body, down over your hips and your thighs, over your knees, down your lower legs, through your ankles, into your feet. And finally, that relaxation flows over your toes as you allow yourself to relax twice as much, going at least twice as deep with each number as I count backwards: 5, drifting down to 4, floating down to 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. Remembering again that each and every time you hear me say the words deep sleep, with your permission, and only with your permission, you allow yourself to return to this depth or even deeper, 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 quickly, soundly, deeply. And the physical body relaxes, and with that relaxation comes a wonderful sense of calm well-being of body and mind. Deeper, deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. And in this calm, comfortable state of mind and body, go ahead and imagine yourself in some really beautiful place. Some place where you allow yourself to be present to the beauty, the magnificence, the abundance of creation. Allowing yourself to see what's good in the world, what's beautiful, at least for a moment. Recognizing there's a part of you that says, I need to be paying attention to this other stuff that is not beautiful. But for this moment, give yourself the gift of allowing yourself to be in some place where you're seeing the beauty, the magnificence, the abundance of creation, knowing that it is here for you. It's here for you as much as anyone else. And the more you allow yourself to see that, the more you allow yourself to experience that, to be present to it, the more you can share that with others. And allowing yourself to feel so good, to see so much beauty, to just let that flow through every fiber of your being, that you just want to share it with everybody. You want everyone to experience this beauty. Allow yourself to imagine a very loving, healing light inside. It might start in your heart, it might start in your gut, wherever it might start. Just imagine this loving, healing light. As you breathe in oxygen from this beautiful place, soaking in the beauty from this beautiful place that feeds that light, and that light expands, that loving, healing light expanding through your torso, down through your legs, through your feet into the earth, up into your shoulders and out through your arms and out through your fingertips, up through your neck and filling your head until every fiber of your being is filled with this loving, healing, radiant light, and allowing that to radiate outwards. And just sending that out, and imagine sending that light out to other people. And if there's other people out there who are not acting in loving ways, just sending that love, that light, and just seeing them light up and their darkness turns to light. Imagine floating up above this place where you are and sending that loving light out and looking down and seeing that loving light expanding through your home, through your neighborhood, through your town, your city, your state, your country, your hemisphere, your planet. Imagine sending this radiant, loving, healing light to different parts of the world. Unconditionally sending loving light to Israel, to Ukraine, to any place that you want to send it to, any place where there's conflict. And unfortunately, there's conflict pretty much everywhere in some way. And allowing yourself to be the remedy, to be the cure, to be the light. Allowing yourself to be the light, to be peace, to be love, and just seeing yourself, feeling yourself radiating that loving light and sending that out all around the world. Allowing yourself to be so loving, so peaceful inside that you want to send it to everyone. Absolutely being compassionate with those parts of you that say, well, maybe not everyone. Sending love to that part of you, being understanding and compassionate with those parts of you, and giving yourself permission to be as loving as possible, as peaceful as possible, radiating as much love and peace and light as possible. And it's a practice, and you get better and better at it. Just allowing yourself to be the light as much as possible right now. And allowing yourself to soak in the light as well. Allowing yourself to receive love and peace and light. And feeling that in every fiber of your being as we go even deeper now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. In a moment, I'll count you back out from 0 up to 5. 5 will be wide awake, alert, focused, and energetic. Feeling much better than before. Feeling much more peace, much more love, which feels good for you. And then you can send that out to others. Whether you send it out in thoughts or you send it out in actions, a smile, a kind word. Looking at how you can move the needle towards peace and love today. And allowing yourself to feel really good about that. Tonight, when you choose to go to sleep, don't be surprised when you fall asleep quickly, soundly, deeply, and sleep very well through the night. During the night, you'll dream. The more you dream, the stronger you become. I'm going to ask your unconscious mind to allow at least one of your dreams to be a very healing dream. Continuing this healing process in body, mind, and spirit, so that in the morning, at the time you've chosen to wake up, you wake up easily, feeling refreshed, energetic, and ready to start the day, again, powerfully moving forward. Sending peace, sending love, receiving peace, receiving love, feeling that. As you move forward into an ever more joyful experience of an ever greater abundance of health, wealth, happiness, and love, which are your birthright and which benefit others. Now go back down to 0, which is always deep sleep, allowing your mind, body, and spirit to digest all these positive thoughts and images, taking them in at a very deep level so that these positive changes occur easily, effortlessly, and naturally. Coming up to 1, feeling physically relaxed. 2, feeling emotionally calm and confident. 3, health and well-being, enthusiasm, love, joy, and gratitude flowing through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. 4, becoming more and more alert and aware of your surroundings. And 5 is eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake, and welcome back. All right. Trying to pull up that that image again. You know, with each action you take, ask yourself, in which direction are you moving the needle? And please and thank you, move it towards peace and love. And you've done that today by tapping along with us. Thank you so much for doing that. You know, go out, share a smile, send a kind word, send love, even towards those people that might be really pissing you off and might be doing things that you really disagree with. And, you know, see that person as someone who's sick. You can't hate them into health. As much as possible, you know, doing whatever you might need to do to keep yourself safe, depending on where you are. But as much as possible, sending that peace, that love. And in order to be able to send more peace and love, continuing to clear what doesn't feel like peace and love inside of you. And I know it's easier said than done, especially given whatever your current circumstances might be, things that are going on for you with particular people in your life or where you might be. I know it's very easy for me sitting in a very safe place to say that, but you know, and for those of us that are in a safer place and, you know, doing things that we enjoy, and there may be a part of us that says, oh, I shouldn't feel good right now because there are people struggling, but I cannot feel bad enough to help anyone else feel better. As we allow ourselves to do what brings peace and joy in our lives, we can then send more peace and joy to others. And again, our thoughts have measurable energy. The thoughts you send to people have an impact. It may be very tiny, but the more powerful the positive thought we send, the more often we send it, the more we encourage others to send it, the bigger the impact. And thank you all so much for being part of that, for taking part in this. Feeling so much love and appreciation for you guys right now. We're glumped. Keep it up, keep at it. And when I can be of more service, I'm here for you. Thank you. I'm just gonna sit here and read some of the comments, because as soon as I close this, then the comments go away and I always miss out on so many of the comments. Right. Very happy to see that folks are feeling some shift. Awesome. Awesome. Crowd of confused lovers. Yep. Sometimes something will pop out of my mouth and I'll go, oh, that was brilliant. I wish I'd thought of it. Awesome. Awesome. You guys are so freaking awesome. All right. Go forth, have an awesome, awesome day. Love from Israel, love to Israel, and everyone there, and everyone everywhere. Yeah, that's the thing is, everybody needs our loving and peaceful thoughts and energy. You know, whatever anyone might be going through today, you know, the person who's fearing for their life, the person who, you know, is having an argument with someone, the person who has a job interview today, the person who just lost someone they care about, the person who, you know, is dealing with some illness. Anyone who is feeling something that's compromising their peace can use the love and peace that we can send them. And everybody's worthy and deserving of it. They're just people who are too tied up in misunderstandings and confusion that that they engage in behavior that makes them seem less worthy and deserving of peace and love. But the peace and love we send them makes the difference. Yeah, Maggie, all kinds of different places. All right. All right. I'm going to let you get on with your day. I'm going to get on with my day and look for where else I can cultivate peace. Thank you for going out and cultivating peace in the world. We make a difference, and love to you all.